There's somebody.
Speak of the devil.
There he is.
Hello, hello.
He arrives.
Hello.
What up, Quiet
What
Man?
up?
There's a process of getting stuff set back up again.
Well, I guess we'll keep the current dice color. It's still partially
Cool.
functional.
Still
He's
garbage.
rolling pretty well tonight.
So far.
Welcome change.
Until it matters, you know.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We're just
Right.
talking.
I'm bombing some ones out there. Like
I don't even know
Lloyd
if I really remember how to play this. I just know that we roll dice.
when he says roll, I roll.
Yeah. We get the signal to roll a dice. We roll a dice, and it really is still just a roll.
Get to rolling.
Right? How's everybody doing?
How's
man?
everybody's summer? Yeah, that's what I was about to say. How's everybody's summer been?
Christ, it's been since May.
Almost like we know each other, but we don't. So
We've been some busy boys.
Missy boys.
for sure, that's for sure.
Indeed.
Well,
Crazy busy.
just waiting for summer to be over because it's hot as balls and I'm tired of it. So
Jesus. No kidding, man.
Yeah,
No freaking kidding.
definitely over it. Yard work is a bitch.
yep, did that.
We have
today.
neighbor kids for.
Hope we have neighbor kids.
Good
Look
call.
at you.
Good
This
call.
guy.
Look at you.
Waiting
Your yard
for
is
my neighbor's
pretty
kid to get old enough.
minuscule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As soon as he was old enough, I was like, $20. Here you go, buddy.
Make some cash.
We'll make some quick money. And it's not child labor, I promise. Promise.
not.
My neighbor, I was
Not.
like, I can teach your kid how to cut on the John Deere, and he's like, no, he's not old enough yet. Fuck.
Oh, he's old enough. It's a John Deere.
Yeah, it's
Well, it's an older one. It's finicky. My yard is very finicky.
Yeah, but if they got 10-year-olds running combines, I think they can run a John Deere.
Yeah, I mean, he's mine. Like, you can stop protecting him. Get the boy in front of him.
do we need to text Ben here, or what are we feeling? Or we just let him, not show up?
I feel
Yes,
he
you
should
did
do
the
the recap.
I mean,
He's got
if
3 minutes.
if 6:31 rolls around, he is 3 months ago recap time.
And it is
Up
going
Schitt's
to be
Creek.
terrible.
If he's fucking
mean-
late after 3 months,
I mean, who wouldn't be though? I mean, who would bet on? Who would we bet on, right?
We were all so excited we got in 10 minutes early.
Right.
I know, right?
All of us were excited, and Ben's like just on time, if not a minute late.
He's probably
didn't
Up-
miss a beat.
he's updating Fantasy Grounds currently. I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was a big update.
I thought you
I
said
swear to Christ. I said that like 5 days ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did it that day. It took forever. I don't know if it was my connection or what.
Yeah, and then I logged in Friday, and I had another one. I was like, Jesus.
Oh yeah.
I had another one today.
Yeah, something like that. It
Slight
was this
little
weekend when I
update.
opened it up.
Speak of the devil.
Whom the bell tolls.
It's just an itty bitty update. Not a...
But does he have a mic?
Is he
Well-
speaking?
Yeah.
Some challenges
Yeah,
occur.
Oh, no, now he's muted himself.
Perfect. Excellent
All
work.
right, all right. We're on
I
a good
wouldn't have it go any other way.
Gone,
you
gone
know?
the opposite direction from desired outcome, but or is it not? It's just serendipitous. We'll just leave it this way. So.
He's just muted.
Well, it's
He
going to
just
be really tough for him to do the recap.
What you doing over there,
you know.
Steve? Oh, Steve is being silent but deadly, like a
going
little
on,
fart
gentlemen?
in the corner.
There he is.
Oh, he's alive.
Why wouldn't I be alive?
We're just, We were all taking bets, you know. Ticker was sticking, so.
No, it wasn't. It's fine. Says Mister, I'm late for every single fucking game ever.
He comes in grumpy.
Man,
Oh,
3 months and,
yeah,
and
we're gonna
just
shut that shit down, Ben.
terms of endearment all of a sudden.
Boy, go.
Love you, Ben.
Go.
In that 3 months, every single
He just
character
takes a pull
stabbed
of this
Steve,
jack and
so.
takes a big sigh.
I missed you, gentlemen. I'm the only one who has espoused in the chat that I missed all of you motherfuckers. So
Sure. Except for me,
Uh,
of course.
But I
Now
mean,
that
I
we're
didn't miss
here-
any of you, so I didn't feel like I needed to respond.
Right? Yeah, pretty much.
Really glad that you're secure with your male emissions, but the rest of us are just like, yeah, yep, good to see you.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
It's only
I'm-
been 3 months, guys.
It's been
Definitely
literally a
crying.
quarter of a year, you motherfuckers.
I feel like we should have had
ridiculous.
a
Well, are
live-
we
a live
rolling
session.
for? I mean,
All
should
right.
we roll for?
No, we shouldn't.
No.
I mean,
no, I'm not. I'm
it'd
not. I'm
be
not gonna do that.
entertaining.
I did provide. I'm not doing much of a review either, because I did send a lot of things early on and then throughout. But for a recap, I will go ahead and do it so we can just get kind of started. It's been some time for us in the real world, but previously, you all kind of got your asses kicked. That wasn't a very a pretty way to end and wait for 3 months, but we did. On the way back from Phandalin, where you talked with Pumont and met him and his other Pumont. On the way back, it kind of got your asses handed to you a little bit. Cornelius ran into an individual that he did not remember, and he got his book taken from him. Not necessarily taken, but he gave it back to him. This individual, this tall, purplish blue elf, speaking like he knew him, but couldn't quite. Cornelius had really no idea who he was. But after a couple, I don't even think it was a full round, Cornelius realized, yeah, I gotta, this has to stop, and gave this individual, this Mulesky was the guy's name, gave him his spell book. Just gave it up because he was pretty much going to tear into every single one of you. And after all of that, there was some squabbling between the individuals in the group, specifically Broadus, against Cornelius for the lack of what he felt was honesty between them in the party, and that led to an awkward several-day trek home. And we left with the hike. The end of that night is where we left it. And I sent you all some narrative stuff that I drafted up myself for each one of you. And you were all welcome to share what you will. I will kind of give you all the floor here in a bit, but it has been 3 months since those stories have been told. I gave you all a little bit of ground rules, a little bit of barricades there for you to keep you on the road, but it's been 3 months for them too, for this group that still doesn't have a name. It's been 3 months. They split up after they got back to the kitchen, went their own separate ways to see what it was that they needed to do individually. And so we find ourselves back here. You all unceremoniously woke up in your individual abodes and found a note taped to your front door, requesting your attendance. And at this point in time, it was in similar vein to the initial one that brought you to the kitchen the first time. But it sounded a little bit more urgent than what you saw the first time, the first summons of, hey, let's do this little tryout game. This is a plea for help. And you find yourselves, the scene that we walk into as players, you find yourselves back inside the kitchen, which none of you have been in for the past 3 months. You find yourself back here and sitting around the table with each other, just waiting for conversation to start about what has happened. So that is where we are going to begin our first session since May. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Open the floor. How you all want to start?
We all around like a table in the kitchen, just chilling.
Yeah, you're in the main tavern hall area in one of the bigger tables, and you all kind of individually filed in and saw another individual from the party sitting at the table, and you all kind of gathered around each other, did the old pleasantries of, hey, how you been? It's been a while. 3 months. Holy smokes! Like all that sort of stuff. There's an ale in front of each one of you at this point in time. Hasn't been any food, but you're all just kind of getting past the pleasantries, and the awkward silence is setting in. I'll put it that way, so you all can begin to fill that as you will.
Lloyd grabs his mug, kind of stares at it for a second, then lifts it towards his mouth, halts, puts the mug back down, gets up, takes his mug with him, dumps it in the sink, fills it with water, comes back to the table and pops a squat. Takes a sip.
Interesting.
Looks around the table, kind of sheepishly, says, "Yep, what's up, guys? Anyways, it sounds like we got work to do again. I don't suppose y'all are doing good? Doing good, I guess. Yeah, no. He's
You
kinda
guys have
scratching
any
scratching
idea
himself.
what she might want?
Well, who cares?
Seemed
What-
pretty urgent.
Sure.
Urgent
We got
enough
to-
for us all to come back.
Yeah.
You get
how did
that
you find
book
all-
thing figured out there, Cornelius? I mean, last we talked, you were not doing too great. I felt so.
I mean,
Definitely was not in a good spot the last we saw each other. Still, not great. But Donna and mostly some other folks helped me get my spellbook back.
Oh, nice.
Well, that is nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember
There's some blue
another
dick
group
ticket
of
from you.
adventurers that we passed,
Oh yeah.
called the Seismic. You look big and mean, and you
So
thought,
you-
you'd follow them. Remember that one?
Yeah.
You cheated on us, is what you're telling us. That you
Well,
ran
let's
off.
just say that you saw the power that I had with a spell book. I didn't have a spell book, so they
True.
were nice enough to help me out.
Broadus takes the opportunity to, and you see a much more lively and not so much introverted Broadus. And he goes to Cornelius, stands up from his chair, and says, I truly am sorry. The fact is that then he puts his hands on Cornelius's shoulders, and what he can give is the best sort of like embrace without actually giving a hug. But his intentions are to be apologetic. And he says, friends, I've been harboring a secret as well.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like you right now. You got something going on there, bud?
Cornelius shares in the hug and continues to hold his shoulder as Broadus continues.
See, I have a friend that I met along our travels, and he's made me incredibly powerful.
Like in a
He-
good way, or
There's
you
a
were kind of
there's
angry?
a cost. There's a cost.
Okay.
He lives within my psyche, within my consciousness, within my dreams. He's very real, and he's made me very, very powerful. But the cost is that I've said too much.
Sure. Here.
So this is more of
Broadus.
would any of us have had any idea, like, any dealings with a warlock before? Like, would any of us have any idea what that is?
I'm not a warlock.
Correct.
Oh, sounds like warlock shit. Interesting. Are you more powerful?
Yeah, did you get the
Yes,
monkey
this
off your back, or
And what kind of spells did you get there in the new book? Same ones? New ones?
and never mind.
he I don't think that you'll understand, but it has to do with my past. And I'm not sure how to accurately convey the relationship that I have with my new friend.
All right.
However, I vow to never attack anybody in my party, my friends, ever again. But I do need you to respect the fact that I might need to separate myself from the party at times to
Gotcha.
make my relationship work with my new friend.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that you're, being more honest with us, and you're gonna be a better team member and not attack people. We always appreciate that.
That
sure,
is always
Cornelius.
appreciated.
Cornelius,
I think I
probably.
have a handle on this. But for the past 3 months, I've been staying in Iman, and I've been cleaning up quite a little bit of riffraff through the area and streets. I wouldn't call myself a vigilante by any stretch, but it has
Been a little therapeutic for
been
you, maybe?
somewhat of a transformation for me, given my expertise and my past, which I will share with you more at a later date. However, I think that I have this thing completely under control, but I would be wrong in to say that it did not have something to do with me attacking Cornelius, and that is as much as I'm willing to say.
I know more than probably anyone about having some history, we'll say. That it's been hard to share, so thanks for sharing what you have. And although we've been apart the last 3 months, I think I can say that as a group, we're here to help however we can. So thanks, Broadus.
Well, as once a paladin, I can just say that I have found purpose and a new oath.
Ah, cool. Those are good.
And my oath comes at a price.
That's fair.
However, I think that I can keep it in check. And then Broadus goes back to his seat and takes a big swill of ale and has a big smile on his face.
Well, thank you, Broadus. That was not that was not easy, was it? Oh no.
No, but I feel as a party, my internal beliefs should not conflict with anyone in my party. And though I'm being vague, I've had a change.
Well, cheers to you then, Broadus. Welcome back to the group. We're happy to have you.
You're here.
Anybody else?
Lloyd does kind of look down at his trusty staff in front of him and kind of wonder a little bit.
He does.
Just slightly.
Yeah. It's during your trek you did go see Pumat, right?
Yep, I had to go get this thing back, because I felt a little naked without it. So.
Yeah, what is that thing? What happened?
Well, I don't know.
Is that the one we pulled out of that vat of magic?
Well, I gave it to Pumat, for a price, and he was gonna zap it or something. So.
He didn't tell you what it was?
And have you tried it out?
My theory was that it made bananas out of rocks. So far, I don't know that that's true.
Well,
I've not used it in combat yet, so.
Would you like a friendly person to identify it for you?
I could have you take a look if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind at all. I'd love to help.
Pumat just kind of threw it at me and said, "Cool, man, see you later." And I said, "Okay." And then I just walked away, real awkward, and left, I guess.
Now,
Is anyone still unsettled by the whole multiple Pumats thing?
No, just
there was only one this time when I went there, but maybe he was talking to himself a lot, so. But yeah, why don't you check it out for me there?
Yeah, I'll take
just zap it.
Take a little zappy zap at this guy.
A little zappity zap happening.
I'll take a little zappy zap. I like to see what my friend has gotten himself into with this new
Really
Pumat's
looking
toy.
forward to the bananas. It's gonna be good stuff. We're gonna make bunk.
Valandor
Just go ahead
cracks
and
his
cast
knuckles. It's
Identify.
been a bit since you
Ooh,
did something like
I
this,
can do
right?
this.
You know, kind of
True.
crack the neck a little, and holds the quarterstaff in his hand. It's enormous compared to his diminutive size, but his eyes flash white and then slowly turn to blue. The pupils completely gone, and then they coalesce back to white, and the pupils reappear. And you hand the staff back to him, and you have what's known as a quarterstaff of enthrallment.
Ooh, fancy.
Fuck.
Standard
okay.
quarterstaff, basic quarterstaff, simple melee weapon. Actually, I need to edit it a bit. It basically, you hear a voice in your head from this thing that says,
Oh no, not another voice.
"Entertain me, entertain me," and that's all it says. And
Yeah.
what it does is, it's a standard quarterstaff, does standard quarterstaff things, but
Mhm.
it will provide you magical damage, act as a magic weapon,
Oh,
and get an extra 1d4 for your regular attacks if you can entertain it prior to using it.
oh lord.
That sounds.
Like every
Actually,
use,
not
or
really.
is it like per short rest or something?
Every use.
God damn it!
It's
Good
awesome.
thing we have a bard in the group.
You
I mean,
Right?
I mean,
like
do
every
I?
weapon attack?
No, the wielder
The
has
wielder-
to entertain it.
there it is. Yep.
Oh shit.
I was gonna
Like,
say I
never
can't farm
mind.
that out. So
Nope, you cannot. That is not a task that you can farm out. You must entertain.
All
Just
right,
tell me
all right.
a joke before every attack.
So it's a +4 magic damage
Plus
essentially.
one, it will act as a magic weapon,
Got it.
and it will add a d4. So it's not just a 1d6 bludgeoning; it's a 1d6 and a 1d4, and act as magical damage against the thing if you can entertain it ahead of time.
Is that before each combat scenario or before
You
each
don't know.
swing? All right.
I actually love this.
That was an amazing.
Well, you know, we'll just have to see how it goes.
Good old, I just start Valandor just starts chuckling and says, "Man, I guess you should have paid for knowing what you were going to get, or at least lowering the odds, bud."
I mean, you didn't you give something to Pumat too?
Nope, didn't give him a thing.
I thought you did, Valandor.
No,
God damn it.
honestly, I
You
thought about
it, probably.
I did,
All right.
and then just the sheer randomness of the roll, I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm
I
good."
think you're going to be amazed at how well this thing works for me. You'll just have to watch.
You know, honestly, I think
at
it would be
worst.
something.
Yeah. At worst, you have exactly what you had beforehand.
Sure.
Just several hundred gold less.
And I gained an extra attack, so I'll get to hit twice and, entertain twice potentially.
You could, yeah. Well, I mean, the question is entertainment an action? Because then you
bonus,
get one
probably.
attack.
No. I mean, no. Entertainment, that's golden. No, you get it's not an action. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's fair.
I guess you'll never know if it's entertained until you actually strike with it.
Oh, you're not wrong. It's not like
That's
it's gonna.
fair.
Because
A
really,
mouth is gonna open
this
up
isn't
on
this
it. It's
isn't
gonna
this
talk to me.
isn't this isn't the Salty Six speaking weapon part 2.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You're probably gonna find out pretty quick whether it's entertained by you or not, but it's not exactly that sentient.
All right. Well, guess we'll wait for our next opportunity to smack things, and I will see what I can do with this bad boy. So.
And then, I guess, since I identified it, do I know if it's going to be entertained by, like, and I'm not going to tell to an extent. Is it always going to be entertained by the same
come
type
on.
of entertainment, or is it going to be a rolling
withhold?
entertainment?
I need you to roll me an Arcana check.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And I'll, if you want to be a dick about it and withhold information, you can.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to know anything.
Nope, you don't know anything, and I had a really, really funny thing to whisper to you, Valor.
Oh!
God damn it.
No,
Dang it.
never gonna know.
I need some new dice. New
Never
dice
gonna
coming.
know.
Fuck these dice.
All right. Anybody else? We've established what Lloyd partially did during his time, what Broadus has done. Anybody else? So if not,
Oh, real fast, guys. Just to let you know, Lloyd kind of like says, if somebody comes looking for me, there is nobody here like me. Like I would say a name, but I don't know what name they're gonna. Okay. Anyways, just if you see a guy that kind of looks like me but isn't me and is kind of like shady and shit, just tell them that there's nobody here like me, and also inform me later, and then we'll be cool. Sound good?
Do you have a Mimug following you or something?
I'm just
Wait, what?
offering the fact that maybe some folks that I used to know who just happen to be like me, sort of, shady assassin-y types. I mean, that's what I'm hired for. Jitana doesn't hire like normal people, right? I'm not a normal person.
I'm normal.
So these people, normal for Jintana's people, yeah, right.
I mean, Valandor's pretty normal.
Yeah, I'm
Dude, you're a wizard, okay?
I am not a wizard. I am a bard. I
Not
sing.
you. I didn't say
entertain.
you, dipshit. I said Cornelius is a wizard, asshole. You are, you're not entertaining as a bard, unfortunately. I've never heard you sing.
Oh my god, okay. Speaking of which,
That's a little hurtful.
But yeah, just let you know. Anybody comes looking for Lloyd or someone Lloyd-ish, just let them know that nobody's here like that. And then tell me about it. So, got it?
what you're
Everybody
saying
cool?
is, well, I mean, since I'm not a very good singer, I probably can't remember what you just said. So I'm gonna go ahead and just let them know you here, and we gonna see what happens.
Just gonna look around the table and say, with the rest of you understanding and you just being you, we'll be good. We'll be good.
unfortunately, I can relate to this, so I got your back.
Right. I mean, you guys have things in your past, people you don't want to run into, probably old girlfriends, whatever you want to call it. Just don't worry about it. Just tell them I don't exist and that you don't know me, and then come tell me about it. That's all I'm asking. It's real simple.
Valandor, any new songs in the last 3 months?
Oh man,
Yes, we need songs.
God, I tell you what. I've had a real good time reflecting on life and what it was. I spent a lot of time visiting this little establishment that had ale in it. May have also had some delicious baked goods.
Is it nearby?
You don't know. You just don't know. You don't know.
Okay.
There's no little Vondel kids running around, so don't worry about that.
Not yet.
Only been 3 months.
It's only been 3 months. Only been 3 months. But really enjoyed just figuring out what and what could I do, and just strumming on tunes and singing and realizing that sometimes my voice isn't the greatest, but I was able to almost partner with a band and just kind of make some new tunes, and it's been a lot of fun.
Is the band called The Bakery?
I mean, there was a lot of baked goods involved, but there's a lot of singing involved as well. So it was a good time. Just learning a lot and just strumming some tunes and just trying to get to know what it was and reflect on everything that's happened and understand that we're all here for the same reasons, and understanding that everyone has a past, and as long as we can accept each other for who we are and what we do, and I love seeing Broadus in a way apologize, and that was awesome because it's what we need. We need to start anew and start something fresh, and I think we got a good start. Same thing with all the. I mean, truthfully, with what I've been working on, I think I've got like 30 actual songs I've been working on. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Got anything that would bring us all back together?
I mean, maybe I've got a couple, and I've got a lot of songs loaded up. Truthfully, most of them I'm not actually singing, so I'm sorry, but I did work on the lyrics, so don't beat me up too much.
We would never.
Well, I think Brian, did you ever listen to the song I sent you?
So.
what was that?
Did you ever listen to the song I sent you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you like that one?
I did.
Okay, now you can't beat me up too bad because it took
I expect ukulele.
Down. There's not a lot of ukulele, to be honest, because when you're doing a lot of
Disappoint me.
the generations that I was doing, it's hard to get ukulele into a song.
All right. Well,
because I use a lot of AI to help through this stuff. Because again, I don't have a voice of an angel, but I do have thoughts. So
he should sing on his own, but he chooses not to. Is what
I
you're
do.
saying.
I do actually. I have some funny ones, and I have some other ones. I'm gonna play the one that I sent to Brian. And you'll have to let me know if you can hear it. I also have a cutoff button so I can stop any songs that play. So I guess I pull out my instruments. Like I'm gonna hum a little bit of a tune, and we'll see how it goes. You just have to let me know if you like it or not. All right, I think it's this one. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
In search of something deep and true, they cross the river, sky so blue, mountains echo their humble song, five souls wandering, trying to belong. To find their heart, to the troubles the world imparts, lost to find in lands afar, they'll find themselves who they are. Ancient ruins and whispering trees, battles fought yet none could see. Journey carved in dust and stone, beneath the stars they weren't alone. In the night around the campfire, stories shared in pale light, dreams of home in many days gone by, questions burning, wondering why.
But you know, this was good.
I love it, Ralph. I do.
Alright.
Love it. I don't know.
Yeah, we're good. I
You had
feel
enough of my
like,
song.
you know, if I was conjuring an image of that song, it'd be Broadus and Cornelius on the same horse together riding down a beach, you know? Just
Right?
I mean, it's
Oh my God.
it just screams, you know. Gay cowboy. That's what that
Valandor. That was
Oh.
amazing.
screams. Well done.
I'm glad
Well
it was
done.
It was a decent song. You know, it was a work in progress.
Cheers all around for Valandor. Really working the last 3 months. That's amazing. Cornelius just finishes his drink in excitement.
Actually,
I mean, the AI did 99% of the work. Okay, I'll be honest, but the lyrics were hard enough. So
That was awesome. I loved it. I didn't tell you that when you emailed, but it was awesome. I loved it.
oh well, thank you. I appreciate it. I've got a lot more,
I mean,
so don't worry. We got some good songs.
At least you proved to me that you sort of sing, so I appreciate that.
Hey, you know what? I tried.
Valandor. So
I try to use the tools at my dispense. And
Excellent.
honestly, the nice thing is I didn't put my, Broadus P song up to play, so you're welcome.
I'm sure it'll come out later.
No.
Sure.
We need to hear this.
I'm sure it'll come out later.
Absolutely need to hear this.
I do have one about Jimmy the Donkey, which is absolutely hilarious. It's one of my favorites.
I think we heard that one,
Huh?
didn't we?
No, I don't
Didn't
think
we already
it was
hear?
I don't think I
No,
heard Jimmy the
I-
Donkey.
I don't remember hearing a song about Jimmy the Donkey.
Uh,
Yeah, but I have a new Jimmy the Donkey song, and it is good. It is good. Wait till we see Jimmy.
yeah, we gotta save that one for a Jimmy time.
And one of the things that even in my journeys, and I know I don't want to bore you with all the songs that I spent nights creating. One of the things is trying to figure out what a name for ourselves are. I know we kind of left off as the Fearsome Five, but one of the things, through my singing and through everything.
Fearful five.
Oh,
Yeah,
Fearful Five.
fearful.
Very afraid 5.
Very Afraid 5. One of the things that I was toying with is another song that I had written, and it's called the Wayward 5 instead of the Fearful 5. thinking about how we are and kind of what we do. And I thought it kind of rings true with where we sit. So I don't have to sing it for you guys if you don't want to, or play. It's just playing. I'm not gonna sing it.
So you think we're wayward, but we're still together? Is that
Well, I mean, when
still
you
sticking
think
it out?
when you think about wayward, there's multiple different versions and ideas of what wayward actually means. If
I
you
can certainly relate to that.
if you're truthful and understand that you think that wayward can be difficult to control or predict where we will be or what we should be doing, and we kind of are unpredictable at this point on where we should be going. We're not looking back. We're looking for a way forward, but how do we come and find that journey? It's going to be difficult to control where we go, predict what we do. So why don't we just lean into being unpredictable?
Why not? Indeed.
You're here.
You're here. Drinks water. It's good stuff.
Steve offers Lloyd a glass of milk from the flagrant of milk that he always is given at.
No, thank you. I do not want your milk, sir. Appreciate you.
It's delicious.
Gross. Bye.
Brought us the opportunity to say, Lloyd, what's with the water?
Yeah.
Well,
question.
To be completely fair, if y'all didn't notice, there were a lot of bad moments back there in the past couple weeks where, y'all had to save my ass a few times, and maybe I wasn't at my best, So thought I'd just try to get off the sauce just for a little bit, just for a little bit, mind you, and see if that improves my RNG in a slight amount. So. We'll see though. I'm still keeping it on the table per se, but I'm just shying away from it, in certain situations.
Couldn't hurt.
All right.
It's fair.
Anyways, thank you for asking. Everybody's turning over a new leaf. I got a little new leaf going too, So it's all good. Leaves are flowing.
Yeah,
I am kind of hungry right now. Where the hell is Gentana? Because I want some goddamn food.
You look around and you see her standing behind you with
Oh,
her
shit.
hands on her hips,
God,
kind of
damn
shaking her head. She
that,
says,
come on, man.
Wayward 5, eh? Wayward 5, eh? That's that suits you. That suits you. You definitely ventured far and wide for better part of the past several months. Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. She just lifts her glasses off her eyes up to her forehead and wipes a small tear away from her eye. As I'm glad to see you back. It's good to see you. It's been too long.
It has been
Wayward
too long.
group. We're back together.
The wayward sons.
proposes one more idea for the name of the party. The Fondue 5.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
It was our great beginning, actually.
Jatana
It made us brothers in arms.
kind of throws her hands up in the air and kind of does a waving motion with both of them. She's like, I don't know about that one, boys.
I mean, it's a little cheesy.
Oh, no.
Jatana yet again lifts her hands up in the air and
God.
waves them both
That was
off.
good. That was
That
good.
actually hurt my soul. Good.
Boys, listen, I'm glad you've come. I'm glad you had an opportunity. I saw you start to trickle in, and I felt like you needed a little bit of time to chat before I jumped in and kind of started off the evening telling you why I called you all here. So hopefully you got your chance. Seems nice to see you boys together again. But listen, I know it's been some time. Let me go in the back. She hustles off to the back and she brings out just a big old steel tray of just a lot of smoked meats and breads. And she said, I was hoping you'd come tonight. I sent those notes to you, a bit ago, but I'm glad you're all able to make it tonight. That's really good." And she sets the tray down, and let me get you some plates. And she kind of snaps her fingers, and Hallie comes out and drops plates off in front of everybody. And she says, "Well, eat up, boys. Eat up. Eat up. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to break bread with you at this juncture. I have a pretty big issue that I need your help with. Are you at a place where you can help me out?"
Always.
Always.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm kind of bored actually.
Well, good, because you probably, hopefully, won't be for the near future.
Nice.
You remember the Delphi family?
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
haunted mansion, yeah.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
kind of pseudo hired us, but didn't hire us, and we still did something for them. Yeah.
Yep, you kind of went to their mansion and took care of some other worldly thingamabobs out there. I think you wound up ending the young Delphi boy, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
Did we?
I think you wound up killing him. They resurrected him, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not-
yeah. We
Definitely.
did.
Oh my God, I
Well,
don't think
he was
did.
being a dick,
Well-
I think, to us or something.
yeah. He was definitely possessed
Yeah.
by some other worldly
Ooh,
creature,
true.
far realm character thing. But yeah, so they actually, funny you mentioned the fondue thing. She points to you, Broad. She's like, they're the ones who funded your trip up to there to see, enjoy that trip until it went to hell in a handcart. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, it's a great family. I wasn't totally clear with you in my relationship with the Delphis. We do go a ways back. Well, actually, myself and the patriarch of the family, Xavier Delphi, we go way back. He really helped me out of a jam when I was in one of the lowest spots in my entire life, and I had an agreement with him that if he needed me, I would support him however I can. And Xavier, I found out, has been taken.
Oh no.
Kinda.
By who?
Kinda.
Kinda.
Or what?
Yeah, well, he's not exactly gone per se. Okay, boys. But his spirit and his mind have been overtaken to the point he's basically in a catatonic state at this point.
Oh no.
The family's longtime maid Nana reached out to me in a panic and asked me to help however I could. Like I told you, I swore to Xavier I would, and well, here I am. I need you boys to get the band back together and take care of this issue for me,
Question.
please.
Is he kind of like the son that was, taken and, catatonic, but also running around doing bad stuff?
No. Marcos, his son Marcos. Marcos was more possessed. Like this is Xavier has not moved in days. From my understanding, he's lying still, eyes open, not moving, not doing anything. They've had a cleric there for the past several days. The cleric's unable to do anything, and they're now at their final idea. But they need some assistance if what's happening is actually true.
Happy to help.
Maybe he just needs to be relieved of his misery.
The Jitana glances over at you, doesn't move her head, but her eyes lock over to you, Broadus, and she just squints.
Or not.
Yeah, Bradis, you gotta remember you're back and you're smiling now. Remember you're not dark and gloomy quite so much.
Oh, was that a
Yeah,
joke
this
from
is-
Broadus?
It might have been a joke.
This is coming from a place of if there is no solution, then why would we want to put the family through pain?
Well,
Or
speaking of the family, they're all there right now. I need you to go there, and I need you to not only get Xavier back to his more jovial self, but I need you to figure out who did this. Nana told me she's pretty certain it's one of them.
One of them?
Yes. One
One
of
of
the
the-
Like one of
family
his
members.
Oh no.
They are all at the house right now. And I need you to go there and do a couple things for me. Speak to them. Try and suss out who it might be. But here's the tricky part, boys. Have you ever heard of astral projection?
Have any of us heard of astral projection?
I
You've
have
probably
not.
heard of it.
I mean,
Okay, sure.
I think
Probably
so.
heard of it.
Pretty sure we could get it figured out.
He's
Yeah,
got a pretty good repertoire.
basically the cleric that they hired. The last idea that they have is to basically project you into Xavier's brain
Hmm.
and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, we should explore other options first before going straight to that particular. place, but-
She, excuse me, has been there for days, and they're all out of ideas.
All right.
This is the last one.
Okay, well,
But recommendation is to talk to the family first, see what you can find before you settle in, because once you're in that state, you're not coming back until you either ejected from being successfully completed or ejected from, dying in the projection.
so the
You don't really die in the projection. You just get
Oh.
kicked out.
Okay. Well,
That's-
that sounds
that's
slightly
something.
less scary. I guess.
Doesn't sound
That's fair.
great.
So you're telling me that we're going to a mansion with a bunch of family members and a guy that's unconscious, and the family members, one of them is probably doing it to the dude, and we get to suss that out. That's the goal.
That about sums it up. Yep.
giddy up.
We don't need a donkey for this particular excursion, then, I guess.
It is the northern outskirts of Amman. You're
Oh.
going to have to leave
Gotta
out. Yeah, it's not within the city limits. They don't have space for the size of manors that the Delphi family owns. So you do have to go a little bit to the countryside. You could probably hoof it there in about half a day, something like that. But if you took horses, you'd be there in a couple hours.
Know that Jimmy qualifies as a horse. We still have horses, though, right? Did we keep the horses? Didn't we?
Jimmy is also not in the greatest health right now, to be honest with everyone.
What happened to Jimmy?
Did you take him with
he
you
has
and abuse
sustained
him or
some-
something?
It's been 3
He
months.
has sustained some wounds. As I said, we stayed in Amman, and I don't think that since he was a donkey, he's been fairly taken care of. And as Broadus has had no real reason to leave Amman, he hasn't necessarily. He checks on Jimmy every now and again, but it seems like Jimmy has had some sort of like cuts or something to him, where he's just. I think he might be able to make the trip, but he's just not. He's not himself.
Is someone taking care of him?
Well, yeah. I mean, we left him with a stable hand, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, we left him with stable hand.
Yeah, and since look, Jimmy is my donkey, come hell or high water. Broadus has felt the need to check on him every now and again, and since he hasn't really been used, there seems to be some sort of issues with with Jimmy. And
Mental
it
deck.
might be just no, it's physical.
Got it.
It's- Yeah, like he has. I don't know if it's like atrophy or what, but he is kind of like laying around. He has sores and cuts on him.
Ew.
But yeah, but is able to stand. But again, we haven't used Jimmy in 3 months, so I don't know if I don't know what kind of shape Jimmy's in for the trek.
Well, let's go look at him at the very least. It'll be where
I
the
can
horses
sing
are
the
too.
song.
Song of healing.
Just needs a song.
I do
What
have a
about
Jimmy
mending?
song.
He's a beast of burden. You can just put a mending spell on Jimmy and
I don't think it's a cart.
It's not it's as much as you
mean-
want it to be. I don't think that's how that works.
I mean, I could
Would-
sing you a little
would-
intro to the song if you'd like, or no. It's up
would
to you.
mending work on like Jimmy's hoof? If he had like a shoe,
Organic.
like
It's
a
organic.
horseshoe that was like
Yeah.
problematic. Can I use mending on him if it's
The horseshoe,
attached to
maybe.
him?
Well, while
could-
Broadus is has the ability to heal them, he has not seen any real reason to. It's nothing that seems to be more than like superficial wounds. So he hasn't really felt the need, and he's just kind of he is explaining to you all that he's chalked it up to being just Jimmy hasn't been used very often, or not at all really, and he's just has some sort of stable wounds.
He just
Or-
needs to get out and get some fresh air. That's what you're saying.
Could be.
Right. Let's do it. Let's get out of
Broadus
here.
is not super. Let me before I say anything. Okay, yeah, Broadus is not like really good with animal handling, so he doesn't really know. He just knows that Jimmy seems sad.
Do we need anything else from Gintana before we leave, or are we good to go? So I will ask Gintana, hey, you got anything for us? Any traveling currency or, stuff we can take with us that would be helpful for the trip and so forth?
Hey, Lloyd, you missed drinking because I don't think her name's Gintana. I'm just
Gintana.
just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there,
There's no
Gintana.
gin
I
in
am
her
really
name.
thirsty right now.
Yeah.
Gitana would love to provide-
Writing is on the wall there. Buddy.
I kind of associated alcohol with her. Okay, it was a crutch.
alcohol.
I admit to it.
I associate stew with her because that stew is amazing.
So, everybody has.
I was
their
about to say the
favorite
only
thing.
thing I need from you, Lloyd, is to pronounce my name correctly after saying it.
Gitana, I apologize.
I don't want to be the guy
you
that
have
calls you
anything that
out,
we
but
need
it's,
for
it
this?
is hilarious. That's Gintana.
Alright, well,
Gintana.
Hey,
You got-
Gintana.
The
Jen, I was
Alabaster
at-
Mountain.
we can take Jen if we want,
I'll fucking end you.
right? Well, at least that wasn't his creation of all things. So.
Anyways, no. At this point, I just need you to get to the mansion and figure out what's happening and break this. I don't know if it's a curse. I don't know what it is, but yeah. I need you to get there, boys.
Let's go.
All right.
All right, let's go check on Jimmy.
You all finish your drinks, toss them back, slam down the mugs onto the table, and head on out. A group once more, now with potentially an actual name. Still between two of them, it seems like. I don't know if there was ever an established finding, but Wayward 5 or Fondue 5. But
Onomatopoeia is pretty good.
I know, man. You got the alliteration there. I'm not sure, but y'all head to the stables, and you ask for one Jimmy the donkey, and the stable hand looks at you, and he looks like a broken man. Like he's seen some shit in his life. but he seems very sad at the same time. And he said, you know, Jimmy's been a pain in my ass. He is an ass that's a pain in my ass. For months. I don't think there's enough money in this world to pay for what Jimmy has done
Oh. No.
in this joint.
But
What's Jimmy done?
yeah, did he kill your mom or something?
I've been kicked so many times that I don't really have enough fingers and toes to count. But me being who I am and working in a stable, I care for animals. And recently, Jimmy has seemed very down. And I know that he looks over at Broadus. He says, I know you dropped him off originally. I know you haven't been back all that often. But I think Jimmy's a little lonely. And I've known him over the course of the past 3 months. He's going to be too happy to see you. Just a heads up. But
I mean,
now
rip
that you're
that
here,
Band-Aid off now, you know.
now that you're here, here you go. He goes back to the back, and he just is. You see him come back through the door with a rope, it's a little slack, through the big barn door, and then as he's walking, he's like, "Here, just take." And the rope suddenly just goes taut as he falls on his back as Jimmy is pulling back on the rope, just fucking with this guy.
Oh, Jimmy.
And you just hear him bray in the back, like he's laughing at this guy. But as he comes out, Jimmy comes out. He lays eyes on Broadus and then immediately turns away.
Aww.
Oh.
And he just kind of blinks and he's looking away, and his ears are twitching, kind of like flicking away some flies. And he's chewing on imaginary cud. He's not really. He's just not staring at you whatsoever.
Rhoda says, now, Jimmy. Now, Jimmy. And he goes to Jimmy and immediately lays hands on him.
Are you laying hands on him, or are you just touching him?
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
laying hands on him, but I can't really target Jimmy, so I can't.
You could just tick away however many you want to give him.
I don't really know what he needs.
What do you think he needs, Broadus?
Love.
Love. Jinx.
I think he probably needs just looking at Jimmy, we'll say that he probably needs, where's my we'll give him 5.
5 points of health back. Ironically, for a donkey, it's pretty solid. Donkeys aren't exactly the hardiest of creatures, so 5 hit points. You notice some of the random sores on the side of Jimmy start to just heal up. And Jimmy, being the donkey that he is, just looks over at Broadus and nudges him with his face, just nudges him along the shoulder, and then pulls his head back and just smacks his head into his shoulder and kind of shoves him back about another 5 feet, but then turns and follows him.
Oh.
And Brada says, somebody take this donkey.
I don't think that's a good idea, Broadus. I think you need some healing time together.
Yeah, I feel like there's a connection that you have with this animal that I do not personally have, so you can enjoy him and help him, I'm sure.
I mean,
I really, Broadus is not equipped to really deal with animals all that much.
Broadus, I think you are. think you are.
Deep down inside.
Deep down inside. As I pull out my ukulele. I think you do, and you just need to listen for 1 second, okay? Just listen.
God.
It's just how it goes.
Jimmy the donkey, so stubborn and strong. Won't move an inch, just drags me along. Feet in the dirt, he stands like a king. Pull, shout, but it's all the same thing.
See, I just stopped there, and I think you love him. But I could sing the whole song for you if you'd like.
I'm actually good, but if you want to keep going, you keep going.
Broadus is bardically inspired.
I was about to say, are you grading him bardic inspiration,
Yes,
Valdor,
I am.
before he does an animal handling check?
Yes, that's what I was doing.
Awesome, love it. All right, bardic inspiration. What is that? Is that a D8 or D10 at this point?
D8 now.
D8. All right, please make an
Ooh.
animal handling check, Broadus, and add the D8.
Life is on the line here, okay?
Glorious. Jimmy doesn't quite know how to respond.
Wait, I haven't
to
even
such-
thrown the D8.
That's dude. It's 16 a D8. I mean, it's over 20. Like this is
Yeah, it could be
glorious.
great, though.
Jimmy
It could be
is-
loving.
Jimmy's
Could be a
this is
17
loving
only,
me.
though.
Jimmy
Could be a
loves
17.
Yep. He
like, "Where
he
you
is
at?"
absolutely enthralled by the song that Valandor made for him, and he keeps bobbing his head like he's nodding at you, like he really, really enjoys the song, and he looks back at Broadus. He gives you a nod, and you throw a saddle on his back, and you are able to easily ride him out of the town.
Yay. Let's go. Oh, I guess we're renting
Brought
one of
us-
the horses, right?
Broadus whispers something to Jimmy that nobody else could hear.
Jimmy immediately bucks you off of his back. No, I'm just kidding.
And that's what I was hoping.
All right.
I'll send that to you, Brian.
Awesome. All right. So a daily fee for horses is about 5 silver per day.
All right. I'm gonna be honest, guys.
we
It's
go.
a half-day journey. We don't even know how long we're gonna be there. I'm a cheap motherfucker. Let's just walk. I'm not gonna.
Time is of the essence here, sir.
Oh, come on, man. I'm cheap. All right. All right. Is there like a place that we can like drop the horse off and get like if we bring the horse back, we get money back? Is that how that works?
Yeah, Broadus doesn't own anything because he owns Jimmy. But the 4 of you, it's about it's gonna be 2 gold a day total for 4 horses.
Oh, to rent them?
I
Direct,
own a
yeah.
donkey.
A day.
I own a
And
donkey.
we don't even
Yep.
know how long we're gonna be there. It's a half-day walk.
For good or ill. You give 2 gold, and that's a deposit, and then you'll pay the rest when you come back.
Perfect.
How
Here's 2 gold.
All right, fine.
how much does it cost to own a horse? Just out of curiosity.
To actually buy a horse? I
Yeah.
don't know. Let me see. To buy a horse, I'm not quite sure. I would imagine it would be several platinum. A horse is 5 platinum or 50 gold pieces. Well, excuse me, 75 gold pieces would be buying a horse, a riding horse. A work horse would be 50 gold pieces, and that would not be riding horse very much.
No. What's a war horse? Are they different? Or is it just a riding horse?
A draft horse is what
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
A riding horse would be 75 gold pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yeesh.
Ooh.
All right. Well, we're not that rich, so we're gonna go ahead and just rent, I suppose.
I don't know. I got money.
Yep.
Yeah, I paid the 2 gold.
2 gold it is.
I'll pay 2 gold and I'll consider buying a horse later.
If you want a war horse, those are 400 gold.
Yeah, I still have 1,500 gold, so.
Hey, man, you could buy yourself a war horse. See that going down the street.
That's right.
Fucking 8-foot Clydesdale over here with arbor all over it.
With little Valandor.
That would be epic.
That would be awesome.
Be rolling up, be like, "Why do you have this big ass horse?" Jealous?
Hilarious. All right,
I'm not
Cornelius paid the
compensating
2
for
gold.
Because
I paid 2 gold.
That's 2 gold total for everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, I already paid it.
oh well. Well, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and move mine back up to 15.
We'll get you back, bud.
You get the
Don't
next
you worry.
one.
I'll get the next one. I got you.
I mean, we're gonna owe when to get back,
1506.
so
All right.
Yeah, I put mine back at 1506.
Sweet. All right. All right. So you're all on 4 horses and a donkey. It's a movie from the 80s.
I love that. Horses and a donkey.
But you head out the northern neck of Amman up to the hills, just to the north of the city. It's a pretty easy trek all the way up. As you arrive down the road towards the directions that Jatana gave you, you find yourself on somewhat of like a plantation-looking location. There's a very, very large brick fence encasement basically around it with a very large fence that as you approach slowly opens up. You're not quite sure how it does, but it does, and you ride on through. As you ride down this dirt road, at the end you're approaching a lavishly large mansion. It's got red brick walls that just tower several stories tall. They have several white marble columns that flank both sides of the main entrance door. And there is a small post that you can tie your horses and Jimmy to. Not quite right out front because they don't want them right in front of their house. It's more off to the side, probably about 20 feet to the left of the road that you can tie them off to. But you ride up. Anything you want to do before you head up to the door?
I just like looking around to see if there's anything we notice that seems out of place for something so pristine.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, so close to 19.
14 proficiency.
I know it helps.
14. That does help after a 9. Nothing quite out of place. Now you do notice that there is another set of horses that are here. They seem a little agitated, almost like they've been here a bit already. You notice that their feed sacks, their little feed bins that are in front of them, are completely depleted, which indicates that they've been here a bit. Other than that, the horses seem completely healthy, but their feed is completely empty.
Is there any other feed around that we can feed the horses?
There is a small barn that's just to the side of about 10-15 feet away from where you're tying your horses up to. You can find some feed pretty easily in there and fill them back up, and also add them to your horses' areas if you wanted to.
I'd love to do that.
All right. You go ahead. You grab the big old grain bag, kind of drag it out with a big old cup, a little metal tin cup type thing, and kind of take a couple scoops, put it into the bin in front of each of the animals, and they eagerly dive in. You also notice that the water basin that's between them is running precariously low, and so you do take some time to empty some water from the well nearby and put it into the bin too for all the horses to drink.
Nice.
All right.
So this could pay off. We might end up with free horses at the end of this.
So you tie up everybody, including Jimmy, and you walk up to the main door. So as you're walking up, there's a oddly numbered set of stairs. Like, it doesn't seem like there should be this many stairs walking up to a mansion, but you haven't been to many rich people's homes in your lives. Well, most of you haven't, I should say. But there's about like 10 stairs going up to their main entrance to their house, and these stone columns, these marble columns, are enormous. As you're walking up, you go up to this large door, and there are very large iron knockers that you pick up, and you just knock on the door. And
What great knockers you have.
yeah. You all wait a few moments after knocking on the door, and you hear a heavy latch pull open, and the door slowly creaks open, and there's an elderly woman there that opens the doors as quickly as she can. It seems like she's trying to move a lot faster than this heavy door will allow her, and she kind of peers at you through glasses, and she's like, Are you who Chitana sent?
Yes, we are.
Oh, good. Come. And she enthusiastically kind of ushers you through the door. Ushers you inside. Y'all go in?
Oh, yeah.
I'll go in.
All right.
Hesitantly, but yes, through the door.
You all go through the door. Lloyd somewhat hesitantly. Everybody else rather quickly and following in the enthusiastic nature of this little old lady. As you walk through the door, you kind of feel a kind of a weird reverberation in your chest as you walk through. But really think nothing of it at the time. You're led through a very tastefully decorated, basically richer than rich room. It's a large entranceway. The ceiling goes up. It looks about two stories. There's a round staircase that marks the right side of the room as you walk in, but this little old lady does not lead you through there. She leads you down the center, just past the round staircase, into another room to the back. She opens the door. It's another large wooden door that she kind of puts her body weight into to push open, and you find yourself in some kind of study type room. It's the largest study you have ever seen. There's bookcases all over the place. Some of them are about 11 feet tall. It seems 10 to 11 feet tall. There's several desks surrounding this area. But lined along one of the sides are some couches facing each other, kind of in a U-shaped pattern. There are 6 individuals there sitting on the couches, and then at the bottom of the U, the base of the U, you see an older man just lying on his back, covered in a blanket, staring up at the ceiling, his mouth agape. The little old lady turns back to you all and says, "Thank you all so much for coming. I know this is a bit sudden for you, but Chitana promised that she was going to send her best. And I would like you all to get comfortable, introduce yourself to everyone here, and just we'll start as soon as you're ready." And she doesn't leave the room. She closes the door behind you and goes over to the far corner of the room from where you're standing, there she walks by a small gnomish female in leathers, sitting crisscross applesauce, basically, as my kids would say, on the floor. Has a quickly rolled up cigarette in her mouth. It looks like she's seen some shit in her life, but she is sitting there, legs crossed and arms crossed across her chest, just sitting.
Well,
Cool.
hello, young lady, I think. So, what are you doing there?
You walk over to the gnomish girl.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Like
Okay.
just
Yeah,
screaming
you know.
across the room instead of walking over.
Yeah, there's a lot
Hey!
of shout across the room.
I'm gonna
Hey,
grab I'm gonna grab Valandor because he's like, the charmer, and I'm just gonna like tug him along to this conversation to find out who this chick is.
Stuck in
Yeah.
the wrong spot.
She's sitting there and she's got the cigarette in her mouth, and she just takes it out, picks it out of her mouth between her pointer and her middle finger on her right hand, and she's just like, "It's about damn time you showed up. I've been here for days and waiting for somebody to do this. You guys ready or what?"
Well, that's kind of grumpy. We were told just this morning.
Well,
Grump said.
I've been here for several days waiting for a group that I was told could manage an astral projection into this guy's head, and she waves her cigarette in the direction of the old man lying on the couch. I've tried everything. Nothing's worked. Remove curse spells. Nothing's worked. Detect magic. Nothing's worked. And now I can't even leave this joint until you guys figure it out.
Why can't you leave?
Good question.
She just kind of chuckles. And she said, "Have you tried yet?"
I mean, no, we just walked in, so I'm going to go with a big old.
Are you saying we're
yet.
trapped here?
She chuckles again. Try and walk out that door.
I think maybe it would just be good to
Broadus
get an
tries to
idea.
go back down and walk out the door just to test to see.
You
what
open the door.
has been said.
Yeah, you open the door, no issues. And you step out of the door, and as soon as you try and walk through, you are forcefully thrown back into the room about 4 feet.
It's kind of bullshit,
Interesting.
Rude.
Interesting. Anyway, that was wow.
Yeah, it's a real neat fucking trick. Been here for days because of this. Whoever did this, I'm assuming, put some sort of charm on this place to keep whoever's here. So
us. And
now
now us.
Yeah.
God
Now
damn it.
you. Yeah,
Ugh.
welcome. So whenever you're willing to get on with it, let's get on with it.
So, I mean, hey, this
We
is-
gotta get some ground rules here.
Oh,
what
I
the hell's
love
going
this
on?
conversation we're having.
Go!
Can we get a name here? I mean, because the way you talk to me is like we be best
she-
friends, so we need a name.
She just take you know the meme of Matthew McConaughey like just sucking on a cigarette as he's looking on his cell phone. That is
Yeah.
basically what she does to this like cheaply rolled up cigarette in her mouth. She's like, the name's Gander Wickerbark. I am a cleric who was hired here to try and cure Xavier, the one that's lying down over there, and have failed every chance that I can get, despite my best efforts. And I am not bad at this whatsoever. So my last option is to get into that guy's head. We'll get you guys into that guy's head to figure out what's going on in there. Figure out what happened so that we can get the hell out of here as soon as possible.
Do you
Well,
think that maybe if we're going to be in his
as
head,
you're talking, she pulls out another roll and just lines it with tobacco, packs it, rolls it up, strikes a match and lights it.
You got one for me there, Sugar?
Yeah, I'd like one also.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm fucking made of this stuff. Yeah, sure. Like I haven't rolled enough of these things already.
Well, you're
Yeah.
probably gonna run out
Rolls two
soon.
more.
So stop.
Yeah, that's the
go.
point
What do we
of
need to
what I
do?
just said. I'm going to run out pretty soon, and
feel like
then
we're-
I'm going to be pissed.
I feel like we're owed
Yeah,
a
we
better
don't need any.
explanation of what we're trying to do here and
Well,
what's
go
going
talk to
on
them.
here.
Go talk to all them.
Okay.
They're the family. Go talk to all them.
Yeah, but you've been here. You can tell us what's actually going on, and maybe that will speed things up, and you'll be less of a,
The best that I can find is that there has been some sort of curse put on this man. But that's the thing. Remove curse doesn't remove a damn curse from him. There's something, there has to be something in this house that has locked him up. And without being able to get out of this room, we can't find that thing. So the only option is to get inside his head and try and fix it from there so that we can then go out of this house and find whatever it is.
Okay, fair. What
That was already explained. Let's go.
has anyone else tried? Like, who are the people over there? Are they the Delphi? I mean, I don't like I'm a broke ass bard. I don't know what the hell these people are.
You definitely recognize one of them.
So we, like,
They
we all
definitely
recognize?
recognize Marcos because he's
Oh.
over on the couch.
Didn't we? We didn't kill him, I guess.
They resurrected
Again, he was
him.
resurrected.
Oh,
You
but he was.
definitely
We definitely killed him.
Yeah, they had
Well,
some money, you know.
That's a concern, right?
Yeah.
People.
definitely killed him. Definitely killed him.
And him even being near us again is kind of concerning, right?
No, let's go over
Yeah.
and talk to him.
Do we want to?
Gander says, "Go ahead, talk to whoever you want. We got nothing but time until we all starve to death. Go right ahead."
Hey, well, we are going to do that. So
Let's try and go off of what Chana told us. We should probably talk to a
just
couple.
trying to
people
be
before we
helpful.
I mean, if
They
we're
don't
going in the
die.
guy's head, we should probably know some background. You
Head
know?
first.
Yeah. So you head over to the couch, and over on the couch, you see 6 different folks. You see Marcos. He looks like to be one of the younger adults in the room. And you see 2 other middle-aged human females and 1 older adult human male, and then 2 children. One seems to be about a 6-7-year-old little girl, and then what looks to be a couple years older boy sitting on the couch, and they're all silent. You walk up, you see Marcos. He's kind of fidgeting a little bit, kind of looking down at the ground, kind of bouncing his leg up and down, as somebody who might be nervous or fidgets is wont to do. The older male is sitting there, arms crossed, just relatively silent. You see the one of the girls is trying to put on a happy face, but still kind of being a little bit standoffish at the same time, I guess. Yeah, and then you see those two little girls, or the 2 little kids, and the other one. So you walk on up.
I guess I go to the middle-aged man because I really don't want to talk to Marcos right now. Just say, hey, we were just sent by Chichana. Kind of want to get a lay of what's going on here. So I just kind of want to ask you some questions.
He looks up at you, and he is graying hair, has a thick mustache, little lines of gray in it. he looks to be a rather large individual. If he stood up fully tall, he's probably about 6'4", something like
Jeez.
that. He kind of looks in your direction and gives you an eyebrow and kind of looks you up and down as though, who is this that's talking to me, is the look he's giving you. And he said, what did you say?
I look back at him, knowing my sarcastic self. I start at the top of his head. I look down, and I look back up, and I said, well, my name is Valendor. What is your name?
He looks at you and gives a rather haughty sigh and is like, Credence Delphi. Are you one of the ones that were sent here to get us out of this place?
Yeah, I mean, yes. Hopefully you could like kind of give us a little insight on, you know, what kind of happened. You know, I mean, have you been around Xavier lately, or is it just like your demeanor to be rude?
Do you say that to him?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely say it to him.
He looks at you and kind of gives a little. He says, "Trust me, I'm only rude to people that don't matter."
Well, that's
Well,
fair.
if we don't matter, then how are we going to save your ass?
He looks at you, Lloyd, and he says, "I have been completely cursed by being a part of this family my entire life. This is just par for the course. I know you're going to save me because you're stuck here too now. So why don't you just get to it?"
But you say you've been like cursed your whole life. Like you say this is normal for you. I mean, like, so
I'm not
why is
stuck
that
in
the case?
Oh, Lord. Not stuck in a room. Not stuck in a room cursed. It's more figurative, for God's sake.
No, using pretty like pinpointed language here, there, bub.
Yeah. Sure. All right. So what do you want?
You know, here's the thing. I could just start singing random songs, or we can move on. Your choice. I have a lot
Why
of
don't you
songs to
just
sing.
move on then?
Oh, love it. So, who was the last person to see him before he fell or became this state?
I have not seen him in several days. I
What
was just summoned here by Nana. It's a pretty large estate. This is, the Delphi estate, right? He starts kind of talking kind of slow and opens his eyes, and this is the Delphi estate. I live on this property, but not necessarily in this house. So I haven't seen my dad in several days.
So I go, wait.
And suddenly I'm
wait.
beckoned to
Hang
this house.
Hang on a second. So I interrupt him purposefully, and I look over at Brogger, and I say, "Hey, I'm
Brogger?
sorry.
Who's Brogger?
I apologize,
Whoa.
Lloyd. I apologize. I still have everything pulled up.
Who
so I
made
pulled
the
over.
faux pas now?
I did.
Holy shit.
So I look over at Lloyd
It's like
and I say, "Hang
3
on."
months.
I said,
Wow,
Chris, hang on a second.
on.
Hang on a second, Chris. Hang on. And I look over at Lloyd and I say, "Hey, Lloyd, I got a question for you. You're supposed to,
Yeah, what's up,
to talk. Did you know this was Delphi Manor?
I did now know that, yes, but I
Did you-
kind of knew it before. I wasn't paying attention, but
You sure?
but I knew well enough. Yeah.
Are you sure? Did you know? Because I knew.
Yeah,
Did you
and
know?
this guy, he's not
Did you
very
know?
helpful.
What about this
He's
guy?
kind of a
You think he
dick.
knows? I turn back
Um,
Cornelius. Or I'm sorry, I look at Cornelius. Hey, Cornelius, did you know this was a Delphi Manor? Did you
Is this the
know?
manor, though? Is this the manor?
Did you know?
We did pass like
Okay,
a
so you
structure
knew
on
too.
the way
Okay,
in.
okay. I look at Credence. I was
Right.
like,
Could have been it.
I could do this all day. All right,
Did
We
you
ju-
figure it out?
we just got here.
Yeah.
You
All right,
don't-
Lloyd's gonna get angry a little
You
bit
j-
and
you
like
don't
kind
need
of
to
get
be
in
a
his
dick.
face. It's gonna get in his face slightly and just be like, "All right, just out with it so we can do our job." That's all we're asking.
I don't need your backstory, buddy. I just need to know the answer to my question.
I don't know who saw him last. I haven't seen him in a couple of days.
Jeez. Credence, was it that hard to answer?
For you, yes.
Oh, love it. Anyway, what's
Yeah,
your
let's move
favorite
on.
color?
This guy's- No, let's go. He's not helpful.
I just want to know what's your favorite color.
He just stares at you.
I stare back.
Does anybody here have a reason to wish your dad any harm, Credence? I mean, obviously something's going on here. So
No, my father was, for good and for ill, a very kind individual. He did a lot. He's done a lot. And he's accomplished a lot. So for good and for ill, he's a good man. I don't know who would actually try and do anything to him.
what about Anton over there? Is he a normal dude too? Pretty normal?
Who's Anton?
Who the hell's Anton?
Wait, that's
Who is
not the
it?
guy's name?
Marcos is
Marcos?
his name.
Marco.
Oh, look who fucked
Marco,
up
sorry.
now.
Marco, Anton.
I mean, it's a pseudo Italian name style. So
Jesus Christ.
We're a little rusty.
Marcos?
It's been a while.
yeah, well,
It's
Marco
it's like
looks
been
a
3
little
months.
like Marco's a little shady over there. I mean, would he have something to do with this? Do you think?
Marcos has been a little different, we'll put it that way, since
Right.
since a couple months ago.
I wonder why that would be.
Oh, I don't know. Do you have any idea why that would be?
Nope.
No, I'm gonna
Nope.
go this
We don't-
direction and talk to somebody else for a little
Hey,
while.
great
So-
conversation. Hope never to talk to you again.
I have a feeling
So-
we'll be talking again at some point in time, considering we're stuck in a 10 by 10
Ah.
box.
How mad would you be if I kicked you in the shin?
Is that an
I can't,
Broadus.
I can't, like, I
Rada
can't reach
says,
you.
hey, guys, remember we're here for the coin and we're stuck here. So
I
better
know,
get
but
to it.
Broadus,
Good
this
man.
is just fun for me right now, okay? I haven't had this much conversation with anybody in a while.
Me neither.
Anyway, we'll go talk to Marcos. Thank you, Credence. Give him the finger gun. Great conversation.
He looks at you and just squints and rolls his eyes and looks back. So you're going to talk to Marcos?
Yeah.
So this is at first glance the exact same individual whom you all fought at another one of their mansions several months ago. He looks ill, not quite as bad as he did before, considering that there was a whole monster attached to his psyche, all that good stuff. But he still looks ill and saddened, I guess you could put it that way. He just has his hands clasped together, and one of his legs is just violently bouncing up and down as he is staring down. As you approach him, he looks up, and his eyes go wide. Like he had not known that you were here until you kind of entered his little personal space bubble, and his eyes go completely wide, and he's like, "Oh!" And he just starts apologizing profusely. I am so sorry. I don't have any idea what to say. I am so sorry for everything that I did. It was not me. I hope you understand that. And he just continues to apologize and stumble over his own words and plead that it was not him. It was whatever the creature was that overtook him. Yeah, that's how you walk up to Marcos.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, we good. Just glad you're kind of not holding it against us. So
He
cool.
gets kind of quiet. He says, "No, I can't. That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Do I detect anything with my dark vision?
Jesus Christ.
But wait, it's a fair question.
That has to be the most D&D question that's ever been questioned. No,
Perfect timing.
you don't detect anything with your dark vision.
How do you know though? I didn't roll.
Sure.
I am positive of that assessment. That the room that is well lit does not provide you any assistance in detecting things with your dark vision.
I just gotta check every now and again. I don't know.
That's fair.
That's
That's fair. That was good.
there are many things in this world that are fair, and I'm not quite sure if that one was one of them. But we'll continue on.
As Valandor walks up to him and Marco's realizing who we are, is there any reaction from any of the other people on the couch?
I'll make a perception check.
Love that.
You're kind of watching this whole thing, kind of from the back, and you're one of the more diminutive individuals in the group.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to sneak a couple eyes around. Credence, of course, is keeping a side eye on you, kind of just watching and subtly leaning over to kind of hear what's going on. But the blonde girl, the one that seems oddly enjoying the situation, seems to have her rapt attention on you all.
Got it. Thanks.
Yep.
I walk over as Valandor's gonna talk with Marco and I. Is there like a room on the couch next to him?
Not much, really.
Two little bodies.
It's Marcos. He's sitting next to the 10-year-old boy on this couch. It's a pretty decent sized couch. There's one you could probably squeeze in between the two of them if you wanted to.
Yeah, I squeeze in between the 10-year-old boy and Marco and just sit there as Valandor.
10-year-old boy kind of looks over at you awkwardly a couple times and then scoots down.
I ask I ask Marco, so how you been feeling since that whole situation happened? Anything odd or strange, or when was the last time you saw your dad?
I saw him yesterday. I've seen him here this whole time, but actually up and moving around was, a couple days ago. But I was summoned here yesterday, and he was here on this couch.
On the couch you're sitting on? Is he? Well, I guess clarification. Is he on the floor or is he on a couch?
He's on a couch. So
Perfect.
there's 3 couches, 2 super long ones, and then a smaller one kind of in the shape of a U.
Okay.
And he's on the smaller one by himself. No one around him.
Gotcha.
No one on the couch too. I can say.
Did you
A lot of seating in this city, in this room. I like it.
Did you notice anything that he seemed off when you saw him last up and around?
He seemed a little more jovial, maybe, than before. He seemed kind of down, a couple days prior, but when I saw him before I saw him like this, a couple days ago, 2 days ago, he seemed happier.
Do you know what he was down about?
No.
Do you know what he was happy about?
He told me that he'd started making better decisions. And then he gave me a hug. and then he kept walking by.
Was that out of the normal? Like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I love my parents. You know, not really hugging type of people, but like, was that kind of normal of him to give you that like hug situation?
Him, yeah. He was always the one that was, you know, a little more loving, but hadn't happened in a long time. Not since you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Bygones be bygones in that one, man. We good. Like again, we good. You know, we
I
good.
mean, I just have like one. I mean, does everyone know kind of what happened, Marco?
Yeah, with me for sure, but I don't know about all of you. I don't think I know anything about who did it.
Yeah. Okay. Just question, like, considering his state, there's no offense here, but did you, like, stop all the ritual stuff after that?
Good question.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. 100%.
Nothing left? Got rid
No.
of it?
No. Nope.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
None of that is going on anymore at all.
But did you get rid of it? Like that's the question. You just get kind of rolled over that one a little quick.
Read what? The book?
Yeah, like the book and like your creepy ass shit you had.
What? I don't have the book
Yeah, let's talk
anymore.
about the
I don't know.
creepy
I
ass
don't
shit.
know. I don't know what happened to the book, but I haven't been back to the manor in a while. There was a lot of creepy stuff there, but I was told that it got cleared out.
Who told you?
Well, Dad told me. I think the family went and visited and cleared a lot of it out.
Do you know where the stuff went?
I don't know.
Do you know who was anyone in this room part of that clearing out process?
I think most of the. I mean, Dad was there. I'm sure Credence was there. I don't think Marjorie or Elizabeth would have gone, but I mean, maybe they would have gone. No, probably not. Might have been just maybe Hamish. And he glances over at the little 10-year-old boy sitting next to you, Cornelius. And little 10-year-old boy, as you glance over, kind of does that triple take and then just kind of scoots down the sofa.
About the little girl, little creepy blonde one.
Oh, so the blonde one is one of the middle-aged women.
Oh,
The little girl who's like 6 years old, something like that. She also does have blonde hair, but it's super super curly. But she's just chilling. She's just kind of sitting there on the couch, swinging her legs, kind of humming to herself.
Like she's being like creepy.
I don't think she's being creepy at all. I wouldn't describe her as creepy as the omnipotent one in the room.
That's fair. Okay.
She's just being a 6-year-old child that is actually surprisingly well behaved.
I mean, let's be honest here, man. That's creepy. Okay, we all know
Touche.
that.
Very much touche.
Bro, we know that. Okay, we got that.
Very
We've
much
just been there. Like
That
that's
is
Scarier
incredible.
than most things, actually.
I'm just saying, like that.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
it's just, I get that
I
Will
stand
Smith vibe
corrected.
right now.
I got
okay?
chills all
I
of
get
a
that
sudden.
Will Smith
Okay.
vibe. Okay, and you know I'm talking about an MIB, the first one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Quantum physics books, a little creepy.
Be something.
Anyway, okay. So there's nothing. So no one else would have been there.
I mean, there could have been a couple of the other workers. I mean, it wouldn't have been Nana. He looks over at the older lady dressed as a maid. Like, wouldn't have been her. She couldn't have done much. I mean, out of the people in this room, you're probably looking at, yeah, Credence and Dad.
And what's the deal with the chick over here that's, blonde and not the kid that we thought?
Are you asking him?
Yeah, I'm just, kind of curious about the relationship, who this lady might be.
That's my sister. That's Elizabeth.
And she
Oh.
seems pretty content, or at least happy with her situation currently, maybe?
He's looking for a girlfriend.
Oh, well, just curious of her nature.
I mean, if you talk to Elizabeth, you'll understand.
Oh? So it's cheeks.
Like-
So Lloyd
She's,
does a little slippy slide, arm around the shoulder. Hey there.
To Elizabeth?
Well, maybe not quite so
I wouldn't
friendly,
do that.
but
Oh no, that absolutely happened.
okay. Well,
Just
here we are.
I'm just kidding. Did you actually do that?
I am going to pop a squat close by, but nearby, and be like, "Hey, how are ya? It's good to meet you. My name's Lloyd, and we're here for the party."
She gives you a hearty laugh, a chuckle, and she just kind of like waves her hand in your direction. Oh goodness, I could tell that you're going to be a funny one.
Right. You seem to be having a good time. I thought that was an indication that we should all have a good time.
As good of a time as I can be, stuck in a room with my family and my catatonic father. Yeah, I guess so. And she just laughs.
Oh no, he's your father? No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I know, shock, right?
So yeah, how about that? You guys get along well? No grudges or anything in the background, anything going on? Will issues potentially, anything like that?
She just like, my goodness, that's quite the question to ask right off the bat.
Well,
Not even-
since we're
I mean, lead up
Talking
or
together.
anything. Jeez.
He didn't even ask you were single. Ah, love that.
I just
I
wasn't
am,
looking
by
for
the way.
anything. Oh, well.
Oh,
Vondel's not. He had a good summer. Let's put it that way.
hey, let's not talk about me. We're talking about you. Okay.
Valendor, I'm sorry. All right. Anyways, would you care to expand on what you've been doing for the last couple days with this situation, madam?
Oh, I've been here for a little bit longer than I would have ever liked to be, considering that, we can't leave. I've seen what happened to your little friend over there. She points over to Broadus. She's like, I've seen that happen to almost every other person in this room. And I have decided not to try it because I don't really feel like getting tossed on my butt.
That's fair.
Well, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
How would you suggest that we resolve this issue then, since you seem comfortable at least in the situation?
Well, I would prefer to have it happen sooner rather than later, so we could get, safely out of here, before we all, starve to death type thing. So my goodness, she looks over at your quarterstaff. She says, it's a very nice quarterstaff you have there. You're not compensating for anything with that, are you?
Not currently, no.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal.
Anyways, do you? All right. So, does she have anything? Is anybody carrying any weapons or anything in here? Or can we
Make an investigation check.
I'm just trying to get a feel for the room here, and something's going on.
You mean besides us?
I mean, I'm not looking at you. Oh man, why does it always have to be that one? We'll go middle of the road. So
It's not bad. You don't notice there's nothing outwardly
She have any-
weapon-like anywhere.
is she wearing any
something-
weird jewelry, or does she have anything that she's holding on to or anything?
I mean, she's loaded. From a
Okay.
she's in a she's not in a gown or anything like that, but she's adorned with some nice jewels, and a nice outfit, as you would expect someone who lives in a place that's called a manor to be dressed.
Are you just visiting, or did you get here? Do you live here? I guess that's one.
Yeah, I live on the grounds.
Sounds like
at
everybody
Delphi.
lives on the grounds.
It's quite a large estate, yes. So I have my own place. I came and saw Dad the other day, and he was doing just fine. We talked a little bit about this and that, and then Nana all of a sudden summons me here yesterday, and we've been here ever since.
What did you guys
What
talk about?
was-
The this and that thing.
Yeah, what'd you talk about?
Oh, just father-daughter stuff. It's fine. It's fine.
Still not answering the question. We were
Well-
talking to Marcos over there. He said Dad was in like kind of a somber mood, and then all of a sudden he was super excited.
Well, we've kind of been through a lot here as of late. Mom passed away a couple years ago, and then Marcos over here, he's died and then resurrected all of a sudden, and it's just like,
weird guy.
It's been through a little bit. So, Dad kind of bounces back and forth between different emotions from time to time. So,
Marcos kind of said Dad kind of said to him, "Hey, I'm starting to make the right decisions, and I'm just trying to figure out what that means."
oh man, I feel like, look around yourself. Seems like he's made some pretty great decisions his whole life, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess, but it's just kind of interesting coming from a man who's, said he's starting to make better decisions. From what? If he's done this to make the decisions, I mean, what better decisions could you make?
I wouldn't have the slightest idea what he was talking about.
Can we tell if she's lying?
Go ahead and make an insight check for me, please.
I'd love to.
Since I'm also talking to her, do I insight a little bit?
I would say each of you need to make individual ones.
Oh,
There it is. There it is.
There it
Oh,
is.
it's not
Natural
insightful.
one.
Oh my god. It's just a natural way.
So it's not a level thing. Okay, check.
We've determined that, yes.
Perfect. Okay.
I haven't the slightest idea why you would say anything like that. I think we've led a pretty pristine life here for quite some time.
I guess, do I notice anything that she's doing currently?
She kind of runs her fingers through her hair, kind of like she's combing it, but she's been kind of fiddling with her hair the whole time, kind of in a semi-flirtatious way, more or less, but starts kind of playing with her earlobe a little bit.
I'd like to. I look at Brogger, or I'm sorry, I look at Lloyd. I'm going to get this wrong every time. I look at Lloyd, and I kind of just sneak in and just lean into Elizabeth and said, "Hey, I'd really love to learn a little bit more about that conversation that you had with your dad. And I'm trying to throw on some charm and really kind of persuade her to discuss it with me."
Yeah, Lloyd's gonna back up and let his boy, work. So
Like, I bet you would. I bet you would. And she looks at you and kind of bats her eyes. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, let's hope.
She looks back at you and says, "I bet you would." And she kind of sits back on the couch.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Man. That's hard. I look at her like, that's harsh. I thought we had something going with us. Good conversation.
Family runs deep. Family runs deep, little bard. Family runs deep.
It does.
I do really like your outfit, though. It makes you look a lot taller than you really are.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really love
Yeah, it
my
looks
platform
super
shoes
good on you.
also help too. So that's kind of
Let's
like
kill this
a
bitch.
thing.
I know. Super nice on you. Love it.
And I
So fetch.
trying to make fetch happen. I see what you're doing there. I look at her again and I just say, what is there, because here's the thing, we're here to help. And, we're just trying to figure out what we might be facing. Because we're assuming that whatever's, got your dad or whatever's going on isn't just in this room. There's something else. And we're just trying to get to the bottom of it before we kind of go incognito into someone's head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, if I would have known anything about this, I would gladly tell you. But this kind of stuff doesn't happen with me. You were already talking to Marcos. He is kind of the creeper who had all that other crazy crap happening to him. Why don't you talk with him a little bit more?
I mean, we kind of did. I mean, he is a little creepy. Let's be honest. He is a little creepy. We both can agree to this, right?
Yeah.
But we talked to him. He told us a bunch of his creepy stuff. And now we're just kind of figuring out what else. That's why we're talking to everybody. Just see if you can give us a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't been involved in anything that would have caused anything like this to my dear father. I don't know. Like the creepy stuff that happened previously, I wasn't involved in whatsoever. I didn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Do I notice her doing anything while she's telling me the stuff?
No.
I think we need a group powwow. I think we need to come together, have a little talk as a group.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you for the conversation as always, and maybe see what you're doing later after this. All right.
Yeah, lovely talking with you too. I'll be right here.
All right, let's go powwow in the corner.
I mean, how many other adults are in the room other than the ones that we've talked to?
There's one. So you have Nana, who is the maid
Caretaker.
lady who
All this
led you in.
Right. Yep.
You have another woman, a little bit older than Elizabeth, sitting across from Credence. Short,
Okay.
short brown hair.
Got it.
Just kind of sitting, just kind of staring off into space a little bit. Adult wise, that's it.
We didn't talk to her, and that's it.
I mean,
Anyway, go
Nana's
talk to
been
kids after
here
that.
for a minute.
Right, and we can talk to. Did we get any good information?
So as we're powwowing in a group and no one's around us right now, and I just kind of whisper to everybody, it's like, I know, like, it seems weird, and I'm sorry I was taking so long with Elizabeth, but I know I have this really good feeling she's lying to us about some of the stuff with her dad.
Oh yeah.
So just
I
trying
don't think
to,
that it changes the situation that we're trapped here.
Can
it doesn't.
Can I ask our magic users if they can detect anything going on between anybody? Is that something you guys could maybe do with your magic? Because I don't have magic.
I don't
have that kind of magic.
You don't have that kind of magic.
I just make it.
Anyway, I think Broadus is right. I think, if you want to check in with Nana and maybe do a brief conversation with the other one, I think we should just try to see what we can do to get out of this room at this point.
I think Nana is probably a good one to talk to, and I think understanding the situation before we go into some dude's head is probably a good idea. So I appreciate the questions.
All right, so let's go hit up Nana real quick, and then do we want to talk to the other lady, or are we good?
If she's with that rude dude, I don't really think she's going to be helpful, but she might be like the foil to him and have like all the information too. So
True.
I mean, it's a 50-50. So
Just asking
don't
if there's
see the
anything.
outcome changing
All right.
whatsoever, no matter who we talk to.
We don't really know until we're in his head,
It's true.
Exactly.
I mean,
All right, well, let's just dive in and hope for the best. You know.
I mean, like,
All right, I got two
Yeah.
questions. Okay, we'll make it easy. I only got 3 questions left. Okay, I got 3 questions left. How's that?
do it.
For who?
Just it doesn't matter. I got 3 questions left before we dive into his head.
Yeah, let's go.
The
All right, so
cleric
we-
probably knows shit too, but she's just being a, you know.
Right, I'm not worried about her right now. I want to go talk to Nana. I walk over to Nana and I look at her and I say, just want some clarification, Nana, okay? We're trying to get as much information out of these people as possible, and it is just brutal. Because we don't know what's going on, we don't know what's happening here. We're gonna get into his head in a minute. But what's up with this damn magic keeping us in here? Because there could be more outside of this room that we need to look at. So what's up?
Make a persuasion check.
Ah, fucking Nana. I persuade the shit out of Nana. I persuade the shit out of her.
I
Shit,
felt like it was
Nana.
coming.
Holy shit.
Or
I
she
owned
was.
her.
What a clutch
Give me the-
roll.
Spill the tea, Nana. Come on. Get it.
Nana takes you by the shoulder, Valandor, and leads you away from everybody else. And pulls you into the corner and talks to you. She says, listen, I know Jatana trusts you. And I know Xavier trusts Jatana. I'm telling you this in the utmost secrecy. Xavier was afraid something like this would happen. And he made me promise to put a ward on this room and lead his family into here. Should he fall ill and something happen to him. He told me this only a couple days ago. And then it happened. He told me to get with Jatana should it happen, and that she would send someone, if not herself, to help manage it. Now, all these people here, they have reason to want to see Xavier like this, if not solely dead. But I don't know. I have my thoughts. I don't know anything for certain, but I have my thoughts.
Nana, what are those thoughts? You gotta help us out.
Credence.
Hmm.
I think Credence is behind this. He was such a loving boy, but he's grown into a bitter old. He just had an argument with his father the other day. And I just feel like this is him.
Do you think he has the power to do this?
No. I know in my bones. You ever have one of those feelings, young man?
Yep, I
You just
have.
feel it in your bones. Something's happened to him. I don't know. Ever since Marcos came back, it just seems like ill has befallen this family. And if it weren't for little Ginny, I would have left a long time ago. She glances over at the little girl with blonde curly hair.
She's kind of cute, so I get it.
Scary though. Fucking 6-year-olds, man.
And now I'm assuming I'm getting the full truth out of her with my persuasion. Here.
Oh, a natural 20. Yeah, you have no doubt that.
Okay.
I mean, she just told you that she was the one that put the ward on the room
Right.
on Xavier's telling her to do so. So yeah, you feel like you're getting the full God's honest truth from her.
Okay. I've used up all my 3 questions, so I lean into her and I said, "Thank you. I appreciate you telling me." Now we have a little bit more to go on.
You're welcome.
So I walk back to the group, kind of lean in, and say, I think we're ready to go. It's like I'll tell you
Right.
more when we get in.
Let's do this.
All right. Almost as though she heard you. You hear behind you the sound of hands slapping leather as the cleric says, I thought I heard somebody say, let's do this, and it's about fucking time. So let's do this. She instructs you all to sit around in a circle, similar to how she is sitting, but all in a circle together. Hold your hands.
Before you do this, I have a question.
Yeah.
About how long do you think it usually takes
To do what?
perform the ritual and kind of, do you know what we're going through?
I mean, it's a ritual casting, so she explains to you what will happen. So you will sit around in a circle. After a certain period of time, you will be transported. She is going to transport basically your souls, project you into Xavier's mind, and time will pass much differently there than on the outside. It will feel much longer on where you're at versus where your actual bodies are.
That's exactly what I needed to know.
You're going to be tethered to your corporeal form. Your ethereal form that'll be projected in will be tethered to your corporeal form. Should that tether fail, you will be zapped back into your body, unable to join the rest of your team.
So it's like being in a K-hole, basically.
A what?
K-hole?
On ketamine.
Oh, I have no idea what that means, but sure.
You wholesome boy, you.
I got nothing.
I knew it.
So my question, my main question is too, in that same sense, on where we're sitting. Reason why I'm asking, truthfully, is because I want to cast a hut over us to protect us while we're in there.
So you have to have concentration while doing that, I believe, right?
It is
Yeah, I think so.
not a concentration spell. It's a ritual.
It is a ritual casting. Okay, then you should be good. If it is a...
See, there's a difference. So
Is that like a time limit?
Liamon's
Is that what
tiny
it is?
hut is ritual. The tiny hut is not. There's a difference between the two.
So the tiny hut is ritual,
Oh, it is? Okay.
and it's not concentration.
Okay. Then yeah, you
Nice.
probably can.
The only issue is, I'm being truthful when it comes to how this works. Technically, magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. So he has to be in the dome with us.
Okay.
Well, that's fine.
Well, you tell Gander what you wish to do, and she says, yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Okay.
Bring him over here.
And then I make, in that same sense, since it's only people who, like 9 creatures small can fit inside, and then there are, like, I can determine who is allowed in technically and who is friend and who is foe. I only allow, and I don't have to tell them, but only Nana and, what was her name again? The one
Who?
cast,
The cleric?
The cleric.
So it's Gander
Gander?
is the cleric.
Gander and Nana are the only other 2 that can come into the hut.
Okay. So it's the 5 of you, Gander, and Nana who can come in.
And then, of course, Xavier's going to be in there, so that should round us off to where we need to be.
Yep,
We
that's
hope
8.
he's in there.
Yeah, you're going to pick him up and carry him in there.
Oh, the actual body. Yes. Okay.
Yes, we're going to take the
himself.
body and we explain to the family what we're doing because we don't know what's going on. I don't get stabbed while my ass is in there. So,
Good call.
Absolutely. That's a good use. All right. So you ritually cast Leoman's tiny hut first for your first time casting this
that's right.
with the group.
Fancy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we got the hut back.
Hoocha,
hut
got
is
the
No,
hut.
back.
it's the hut.
They have a
hut
buffet
is
now.
back.
The buffet is back.
The hut is back.
The hut is back.
Mhm.
So
I had to hit
before the cleric can cast her astral projection spell, you cast Leoman's tiny hut, and a shimmery orb appears around the group, and it fits all of you in there comfortably. If you had one or two other people in there, it might be a little tight, but all of you are sitting around the perimeter of this thing with the body of Xavier in the middle. And there was a little bit of pushback from some of the family of you messing with him, but not enough to really cause much issue or delay in what you were trying to do.
So assuming that they were going to have that, what I do is I make so I can make the hut whatever color, I make it transparent so they can see us in there.
Yep.
So they know that we're not doing
that seems
anything.
to calm folks down. The kids seem to be more upset than anything, but the adults are just like, fine, do whatever you need to do to get Dad back.
Okay.
So you set him down. Gander claps her hands together, rubs them together, and says, "All right, let's get this show on the road." She crosses her legs. She says, "All right, arms out." You all have your legs crossed, arms out, palms up. Everybody's hands in everybody's palms.
Hey, I would like to maybe, if I could cast Pass Without a Trace on us here, and then we wouldn't alert anything waiting for us on the other side inside his mind.
I don't think it works that way, but that could be
Yeah,
right.
Why
that
I'm
doesn't
asking.
sound like it's
Yeah.
that's the way it's going.
Gander says, "You save that for in there. That doesn't do anything out here. You do it out here."
All right, figured I'd ask.
Good thought, but save it for in there. And she closes her eyes and she says, "Are we ready?"
Yep.
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right. And she starts chanting. And after several minutes, you suddenly feel a tightness. At the same time, all of you suddenly feel a tightness in your chest. And it's not uncomfortable, but it's like a knot is being tied around your heart. And not crazy tightened, but just like a rope is suddenly there around one of your most vital organs. And as you're suddenly coming to grips with this feeling where it becomes somewhat normal, there's a tug on it, and it takes your breath away. And you open your eyes, and you're in the exact same room that you were sitting in before, but it is different. It's, first off, there's no color whatsoever in the room. It's very, very much black, white, and gray. And there is a dull fog along the floor where you can barely even see your feet. And you're, well, really it's kind of roiling over your legs as you sit cross-legged there on the floor. Gander is not there. The people in the room are not there. The hut is not there. Xavier is not there. It is just the five of you in this room together. And it is the same room because it's the same layout, but it is different in certain ways. So the furniture looks newer. It doesn't look quite as used or sat in. Not as though it was dilapidated by any means when you were looking at it in the real world, but this definitely looks like it has not been sat in nearly as much. The books all look relatively new. There were some paintings on the wall when you first came in of an old Xavier, similar to the man who was lying in front of you on the floor, whereas those paintings are now a younger man with 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. The youngest boy and girl looking about the same age, and then an older boy, and a fierce is the wrong word, but stern-looking woman in the picture, about the same age as Xavier. In this painting, this portrait up on the wall. The couches are all there, the study desks are there, and just you.
There's no sign of Xavier anywhere.
Nope. Just the 5 of you.
Can we walk out of the room?
You get up and you open the doors as you were able to before. They're almost weightless, which is weird because these are very heavy doors that Nana had some issues opening, even though she was an older lady, had some issues opening. These just feel like weightless cabinet doors, more or less, and you pull them open and you are able to walk out. Cornelius, I want you to make a perception check for me as you walk out of this room.
Ooh, love it.
You look around, and outside of this room, it's very different than what you walked in to in the first place. It's not this open atrium room with a spiral staircase to your left now, looking back towards where the front door should be. The wide entranceway that it initially stood outside the room is no longer there. You glance down a long hallway that then tees at the end, and you take a stroll down that hallway, and you look down, to the left and the right, and can't see anything. It's complete blackness, but you, with that perception check, you don't just look down the halls, but you also look up. And the hallways, you now notice, previously where there were about massive ceilings. It was 20 feet tall before. It now disappears. The walls almost disappear into complete empty void, a blackness above. But there is one thing above all else that catches your attention. Hovering above everything is a massive floating eyeball. Its pupil is moving, jittering around in multiple directions like it is searching for something. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh, back away.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Very nice.
See, this is why I wanted to pass without a trace.
Wouldn't have helped. We
Wouldn't
weren't
help.
where we needed to be.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
You
done
never
anything.
know. Coulda done something.
We do
Some
know
rules.
now.
Just
We can do it now, though. We
Some
definitely-
rules seem obvious.
You can do it now, yes.
You're the only one through the rooms, Cornelius, so we just bail on his ass and see how he does with the eyeball. So
Well,
So-
3 months from now, you'll be able to cast that spell. Then.
true.
Yeah.
Put that new book to work there. man.
Isn't it cool to have Pass Without a Trace back and Liam in Tiny Hut? Huh?
And that hut.
So
I tell you
advanced
what.
now.
Right. We are great men.
We're getting
Oh,
there.
good to be
elves.
back. Good to be
Yeah.
back.
Good to be back.
We just got to figure out when the next
next
section
week?
is.
Next week,
Uh,
right?
I mean,
Next week, 2 weeks.
I'm good with
Tomorrow?
next week, I think.
I don't have anything going on next week.
I don't think I have
Um,
anything either.
It's up to you guys, though.
Same bat time next week.
dude.
We can make it work. If everybody's on board, Gomes is like, let me go check the multi